Greetings and welcome. Thank you for joining me today. This is Jamie here to the Vinyasa flow, whatever time of day this finds you in. We'll focus a little bit on shoulder opening and core connection, but mostly focusing on the here and now, being present with what is, and learning to ride the waves of the present. Find a comfortable seat to begin today. And when you're ready, go ahead and close your eyes, connect to your breath. Recognize that the hardest part and the most beautiful part of your practice is arriving in it. Welcome and commend yourself for showing up today for yourself and in your practice. Take a moment to remember that this practice is sacred and special for you. And gently ask yourself, where are you? You are here. What is the time? It is now. Take a few breaths, breathing into the here and now, exactly as they are. And collectively coming together in this here and now, float your hands together in front of your heart, palm to palm, and bow the chin inward. Honoring this here and now moment exactly as it presents itself for and to you, trusting and believing that everything is happening for you. Take your time to release the hands and blink the eyes back open on an inhale. Let's start today in child's pose. If you're seated on something, go ahead and remove it, set it to your side, and widen those knees. Click the 10 toenails into the floor. Stretch the arms open. Stretch the hands open and lower the forehead down toward the floor. Rock the sit bones back toward the heels. Lift up through the elbows, keeping an active child's pose for the moment, melting and softening through the heart. Beautiful. Walk the hands to the right. Stretch out through the fingers. Keep the palms lifted and press into the fingertips as you root the left heel to the floor. Root the left sit bone toward the heel. Walk hands through center and over to the right. Root the opposite hip down. Breathe into the ribs. Bring the hands back through center, flatten out through the palms, press into them, lift up through those elbows, melt the heart, and slowly curl and unfold up to all fours position. Tuck the toes under and bring the knees in alignment with the hips. Pause. Melt the heart. Soften the elbows, release the gaze in toward the floor in front of you and lengthen the neck. Good. Toes tucked, lift the knees, hover 3 to 4 inches off of the floor and breathe into the core, into the center. Find length in the neck and take 2 more beautiful, fulfilling breaths here. From here, start to gently lengthen through the knees, any amount that feels right to your body, and we'll start to slowly rock those hips back behind the wrists here. Keep plugging down in through those palms, and then again, bend the elbows and soften the heart into the strength of the shoulder blades. Bend the right knee, anchor the left heel toward the floor. Breathe. Change it out. Right heel anchors, left knee bends. Here and now. Come to neutral. A little softness in both knees. Zip the belly button in toward the spine and gaze toward the fingers. Step through for Uttanasana, forward fold. Feet hip distance apart, parallel to one another. Inhale and lengthen through the spine, hands to shins or to the floor, whichever serves and supports the lift of the arm bones. And as you exhale, soft knees, bend and bow forward. Good. As you inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, humbly bow. Last one. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale and fold forward. As you inhale again, halfway lift, heart parallel to the floor. Bring the hands up to the hips. Bend the elbows and gather them in toward one another. Again, invite the core in toward the spine so the belly zips up. Root down, send energy down through the legs and into the feet. Ground down, anchor down through them. Inhale, root to rise all the way to stand. And as you do, release the hands beside the body and stretch the arms overhead. Big, tall, long length here, reaching through the entire torso. And as you exhale, swan dive, arms out to the sides, bow forward. Inhale, lift through the heart, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, fold from the hips, bowing humbly. Good. Inhale, and step back to plank pose. Spread out through the palms, find that beautiful connection of the hands, and soften through the elbows. Root down through the heels, charge up the leg energy, melt and soften through the heart. Lift the ears up so they're right in line with those shoulders. Soft gaze, soft neck. One more beautiful breath here. Exhale, the knees lower down to the floor. And then we lower the whole chest and torso down. Good. Click the tops of the feet down all 10 toes. Charge up the glute muscles. Hug the elbows in toward midline and slowly lift the heart any amount that serves your low back. Soften those shoulders as you come upright away from the ears, creating space in the heart. Exhale and soften down to the floor. Good. Staying in a cobra form, just step those hands out about 10 inches away from the shoulders. So a nice wide cobra here. And then extend the elbows up toward the ceiling. Good. Lift and shrug the shoulders onto the back. I'm going to choose to stay on my fingertips with the palms lifted. Inhale for this nice wide armed cobra and root to rise, the heart open. One more nice steady breath here. Legs are charged up. Exhale, slowly glide the heart down. Take the hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, and we'll glide to downward facing dog once again. Good. 3 breaths here. Relax the head and the neck. Connect to the here and now. Realign with your breath. Good. As you inhale on your next breath in, gaze forward toward the hands and step that right foot through. Lower your back, left knee. Charge up the legs, gather in the energy to midline. Curl the belly in toward the spine and root to inhale the arms up overhead, rising into this nice low lunge. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Good. As you exhale, release hands back behind the body. Maybe the interlace serves you today. Maybe it's just thumbs toward one another. Whatever is going to serve the shoulders best by gliding them back and down. Good. Inhale and breathe the chest open, lifting up through that beautiful heart. Take another breath here. Legs are charged, especially that front foot really rooting down. Good. Inhale, release those hands wherever they are behind you and float them overhead once again. As you exhale, we'll come to airplane arms. So the palms will remain parallel. We're just going to reach them back behind, and we're going to lower the chest parallel to the floor. Good. From here in your airplane arms, the arms are really charged up, elbows nice and straight. Shrug the shoulders onto the back. Curl the belly inwards so the whole torso is charged. Excellent. Inhale, come back up through center, low lunge, arms reach overhead. And as you exhale, airplane arms, chest parallel to the floor. Follow your rhythm of breath 2 more times through. Keep the awareness of the shoulder blades, that space behind the heart. So we really want to let those shoulders keep gathering to the back plane of the body. Here and now, follow 1 more breath rhythm. On your exhale, keep the heart parallel to the floor and just release those hands beside the front foot. Good. Inhale and lift the chest through and forward. Exhale, tuck the back toes if they're not already, and lift gently up through that back knee. Take the gaze down to the front foot and slowly step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold, feet parallel, bow from the hips. Exhale. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold forward. From here, we'll root, reverse swan dive, reach the arms out and stretch all the way up and overhead. Exhale, the hands through heart. Good. Inhale, root down, rise up overhead with the arms. Exhale, hands together. Last one. Inhale, reach the arms up. And this time, instead of exhaling hands through heart, reach them back behind you. Gentle chest expansion here. Once again, the hands may interlace or the thumbs might draw together. The idea is just to breathe here into the collarbones, broadening through the chest and the heart, and let the shoulders soften down and back. Draw the belly gently inwards, supporting this opening. And then exhale, release those hands. Inhale, float them forward and up. Exhale, hands together, bow from the hips. Inhale, lengthen and lift. And this time we'll exhale and step that right foot back, lowering that same knee. Good. Shoulder blades. Keep engaging that area behind the heart. Broad chest on the inhales. We hinge from that front left hip on the exhales. Reach those fingertips back behind. 2 more. Keep breathing here and now. Find your rhythm. On your exhale, keep the chest parallel to the floor and release the hands beside the front foot. Slowly lift the back knee, step back to plank pose. 3 breaths here in plank. Wide, broad hands, soft elbows, heart melts, but keep those shoulder blades actively working onto the back plane of the body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Knees high or low. I'll leave it to you. Bend the elbows and lower the chest and the heart all the way to the floor. Click all 10 toes down into the mat. Curl up to cobra pose, tucking the toes downward facing dog. Find 3 breaths. Invitation to close the eyes if that feels right for you. Good. Reach that right heel up toward the ceiling on an in-breath and see how much stretch you can find in the entire spine. Keep hollowing out through those armpits and melting the heart. Lift the right heel gently higher. Connect to your core energy. Bring the right foot through for high lunge, keeping the left back knee lifted. Plug into both feet. Soften into the front knee. Curl the belly inward. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one with that back heel lifted. Fingers and palms parallel to one another. Shoulders glide down onto the back. Keep the belly engaged, and as you exhale, we'll come back to that airplane position, hinging from the right hip and bowing gently forward. Lift the pinkies as high as it feels right for your shoulders, but keep collecting those shoulders on the back. Good. Keep your core energy involved, and inhale, float the arms back up overhead. Exhale, bow, airplane arms. Keep the fingers active and energized. 2 more rounds. Here and now, follow your breath. At the end of this exhale, reach those fingers, those pinky fingers up just a little bit higher. Pause for a breath. And then as you exhale, release the hands to either side of the front foot. Pause here briefly, lower a little bit further into the front leg, and then extend the heart a little bit more. A big long line from the back heel through the crown of the head. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, swing that right heel back and up, 3-legged downward facing dog. Gaze at the hands and glide to 3-legged plank. That right heel lowers just a few inches here. Pause. Good. Exhale, bend the elbows, 3-legged chaturanga. And then release all 10 toes to the floor, clicking both feet, the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, curl the heart open and forward. Cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck those toes either through all fours or through that high push-up. Notice what movement serves you best. 3 lovely breaths here. And then we'll step that left foot forward as you're ready. Back knee stays lifted. Lower into that front thigh. Hug into midline. Scissor those inner thighs toward one another. Fire up the core energy. Inhale, root to rise. Palms parallel to each other as the arms reach over the shoulders. Exhale, hinge and bow parallel to the floor and reaching those arms back behind. 3 more. Follow your flow. Be in the here and now. Keep the awareness behind the heart. Opening through the shoulders. Last one. Good. Stay with that exhale, chest parallel to the floor. Lift the pinkies a little higher and then release hands to the floor beside the front foot. Lower into that front knee just a little bit. Extend through the heart. Pause here. Take another breath. Good. Plant through the hands, 3-legged dog pose. Inhale, 3-legged plank. Exhale, 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, cobra pose, both feet grounded. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 neutral breaths here. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Exhale, fully emptying all the energy out from your lungs. And then step or float toward your hands, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen and lift, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway. Exhale and bow. Plug into the feet, root to rise. Inhale all the way up to stand. Reach arms overhead. Exhale, hands through center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands together. Inhale, reach up. Big full extension here. Exhale, hands together in front of heart. Pause for a moment. Leave the hands in front of the heart. Close the eyes. 3 deep breaths. Breathing into the here and now, feeling what is. Keep the eyes closed and lower the arms beside the body. Pause for a moment. As you inhale, glide the shoulders back and down, broadening through the chest and the heart. Open the eyes and inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Interlace the hands, flip the palms above the head, and stretch elbow tips away from one another, keeping the fingers connected. Soften through the neck, root down through both feet. Soften through the knees and gather the belly inward. Stretch the elbows open, opening into the shoulder blades a little bit deeper. Exhale, flip the palms and release hands beside the body. Open the palms forward for mountain pose, Tadasana. And as you do, really root down into the feet and glide those shoulders back. Broad heart, open through the chest. Good. Release and relax the arms and step the feet inward toward one another so the big toes come to touch. Hug into midline, so really squeezing inner leg energy toward each other. And then really widen and broaden through the feet. Gather the belly in gently, and as you inhale, we'll reach the arms forward, straight in front of the shoulders, and the palms will face one another. From here, we'll exhale and lower the hips into chair pose, and then we'll keep that heart lifting and opening. So see if you can lift the sternum even just a millimeter more. Feet are really soft and rooted, and then the belly's going to glide inward toward that spine. Lift those hands parallel to one another overhead. Good. From here, you guys know the drill. Exhale, we'll bring those arms back to airplane arms, chest parallel to floor. We've got 3 more. So the invitation is really to gather in and listen to the rhythm, the natural flow of the breath. Let the breath lead the movements as you follow with the body, with the physical form. 2 more. Really connect into that midline so those legs are working energetically to hug in. Last one. And from here on your final exhale, we'll again, invitation to lift those fingers, those pinkies just a little higher, and then maybe draw the thumbs inward or interlace the hands behind your back. Bend in the elbows, and then as you start to slowly bow from the hips, simultaneously lift the hands overhead. Maybe. See if this serves your shoulders. It may work for you today. It might not. Go with what's right and best for your body. Relax through the head and the neck. The legs will slowly start to straighten, but we're still going to hug in with that midline connection. 1 more breath here. And then releasing those hands, coming into Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, shining that heart forward. Good. Exhale. Take it back to your plank pose. Nice, wide, broad hands. Find that support and that foundation. Inhale, and from plank, exhale and lower knees high or low. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing. 3 neutral breaths here, down dog. Come back to the here and now. Where are you here? What time is it right now? Step your foot forward as you're ready. High lunge, the back knee stays lifted. Good. Inhale and root to rise. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, release those hands back behind, chest expansion. Maybe they interlace, maybe the hands just draw toward one another with the thumbs. And wherever you're at, bend in the elbows and express, broaden, open through the chest and the heart. Plug into that back heel, drop deeper into your front thigh. Good, engage the glute muscles. One more breath. Nice. From here, release those hands, come to neutral with the torso, and rise, arms back up over shoulders. Exhale the hands together at the heart center, and we'll turn to the right, elbow to the outer thigh. Twist and turn open as much as it feels supported for your body, staying connected through that back leg, nice and strong and steady right here. 2 breaths here and now. Inhale, release, arms reach up. Exhale, hands release to either side of the front foot. Inhale, stretch back, 3-legged downward facing dog, bend knee and stack the hips, turning to the right any amount. Back left leg really fired up, really charged up. Heel is anchored down, supporting you. Turn open a little bit more. Good. Exhale, step right foot back through once again. Perhaps start to straighten out through that right leg any amount that it feels right for you. Option to step in with that back left foot to make this a little bit easier. Yeah. Good. Breathe into that right hamstring, right calf muscle, and lift the heart through and forward. Good. 3 breaths. From here, keeping that right leg straight, we'll rise up with the arms, palms parallel to one another. And from here, you've guessed it, exhale, parallel the heart to the floor, airplane arms, 2 more. Find your breath, find that steady connection of the legs. Good. On this next exhale, remain parallel to the floor. Perhaps interlace the hands or draw those thumbs toward one another. Take that right hip back any amount and start to slowly hinge forward. Once again, those hands might float overhead. They might not today. Honor your shoulders. 2 more breaths. Soft, long neck, soft facial features. Good. Exhale, release the hands beside the front foot. Inhale, lift and extend through the heart. Exhale, step back to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Find this nice natural rhythm. Soften into the breathing rate. Let it support you. Honor this here and now moment. Good. Left foot steps forward as you're ready. Take your time. Set up. Strong legs, strong base. Hug into midline. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, release the arms back behind you. Broaden, extend, open through the heart. Back right leg really roots down. Glutes fired up. Core and belly engaged. Sink deeper into your front leg. Shine the heart brighter. 1 more breath. Release hands, inhale, float arms up overhead. Exhale, 3-legged dog. Take your time, find your flow. Bend the left knee, stack the hips and open to the left. Keep the core involved. Relax and loosen through the facial features as well as the neck. Find length. 1 more breath here. Step left leg through and forward once again. Good. Straighten out through the left leg. Take your time here. Explore this journey at your own rate and walk the hands perhaps backward. Maybe even step that back foot inward just a little bit. No need for that front leg to come completely straight. We're just working with the energy of the back of that leg and listening to that feedback. Shine and offer the heart through. 1 more breath. Really charge up the leg muscles. So we're hugging to midline with both legs. Use the core and inhale, rise up. Take your time. Arms float overhead. Good. 3 rounds of breath. Exhale, airplane arms, heart parallel. Take that left hip back so both hips square off. Inhale, reach up. Feet really plugged in, really charged up. Good. Exhale, parallel the chest. Reach the pinkies back and up. Last one. Where can you find softness? How can you arrive in this here and now moment? Stay parallel. Exhale fully. And then perhaps interlace those hands or just draw those thumbs toward one another. And then shrug shoulders more onto the back body wherever you're working, and maybe lower the heart. Really ignite that leg energy. Hug into midline and take the left hip back. Maybe you lower, maybe not today. Go with what is. You've got 2 more breaths. The place is here. The time is now. Good. Release the hands beside the front foot. Open and shine the heart forward. Exhale, step back to dog pose. Inhale, come through and forward to plank. Exhale, lower those knees, set them to the floor, come to child's pose. Pause for a moment. Notice any offerings that you're receiving right here, right now. Take your time and lift gently back up to downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up toward the ceiling as you're ready. And as you exhale, come forward to 3-legged plank, bringing that right knee to the right elbow or forearm. Good. Inhale, extend the right leg back. Exhale, right knee to left forearm. Maybe you make contact, maybe not. Inhale, reach the right heel back and up. Exhale, come forward. Right knee to nose or forehead. Curl the chin toward the chest. Inhale, extend the right leg back and up. Exhale, lower it to the floor, down dog. Inhale, left heel raises, same thing. Exhale, left knee to left arm, forearm, elbow. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow or arm. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose, forehead, chest, chin, anything. And inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, release, down dog. Take one final big breath here. Come forward to plank. Exhale, knees lower, feet flat. Have a seat toward the heels. Pause and breathe. Feel free to support yourself if you need to sit up on something, a block or a pillow or anything that serves you. Breathe in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, close the eyes. Where are you? Here. What time is it? Now. Find that realignment with the here and now connection. With hands relaxed in the lap, slowly glide the shoulders more onto the black back plane of the body. Spine tall, heart and chest proud and open. Collectively, we'll take 10 beautiful present breaths together. As we started our practice, we'll finish it the same way. Bow the chin toward the chest. Deep, humble offering and honoring of that which is in this moment and that which is from within us. Fold the hands together in collective consciousness in front of the heart. Shine and beam the heart energy through and forward, offering it to the entire flow of the universe. Knowing that you are fully supported here and now. My friends, thank you for coming together once again today and practicing and playing from afar. My heart to yours, I bow. Namaste. Be well and see you next time.